The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, The Money Masters.
Let's go to Shivan in Boston. Shivan, what's happening, brother?
I'm watching you both on Tiger TV.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, definitely it is. Learning a lot from Tiger.
Now, your Money Masters, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We appreciate all you tigers and tigresses growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, we get the Dow up 18, Nasdaq's up 6, S&Ps are up 3.5. We have gold up $11, silver's up 30 cents, platinum's up 12. We have oil up $1.11 at 91.01. And bonds, they can't croak them. Down 2 ticks at 149.26. King Dollar's down 11 ticks, and King Dollar needs some...
well, they can't croak the bonds because it needs one more. Today's supposed to be that 9th day up.
Oh, okay.
To match the 9 days down. Of course, I know you want the you want the 90-day up going back to that March.
Hey, listen, I think we'll build some cars here, and we're going to go blow away this 154.
Yeah.
You know, hey, we'll see where that shakes.
But it is interesting because it is hanging out there.
Oh,
you know, at its highs. You know, they can't push it down, and you get another close higher today would be 9 up days in a row.
Right.
And versus 9 down days and 9 up days. Just to complete the
9 and 9 or 18.
I love it. Now Europe out here, Europe is not buying into China. Put in some more money into the kitty last night.
Yeah.
You know, of course, it did not get the conviction in the Shanghai that we saw, a couple weeks ago.
That's right. And Shanghai folks went up 2.6% last night.
Yeah,
okay,
it was a big move.
But
to
you know
start
what?
The party.
There's nothing there.
Yeah.
There's nothing behind it. Watch this.
I mean, there's something behind it, but it's just not where it was even before.
Yeah, right.
You know, it's.
Because now what you have, so what?
Truly.
You get Shanghai. We did 7 billion shares, but now 7 billion. This is where the up thrust before kills it.
Exactly.
It's going into 13 billion. It's like, unbelievable. You know, so. Bottom line is that Shanghai's got big problems. Shanghai's got $1,600 on it, and you're at 2,000 now.
Yeah.
Europe can't handle it this morning.
Yeah,
and
trade basically flat here.
And listen, all of that is without the dollar moving. With the dollar,
exactly. Exactly. No question.
What the dollar has not done, folks, it's rejecting lower price. Okay, but it hasn't got strength on the way up.
No.
So
now, I did it the first level, which was made. If you just simply take a look at the retracement off of its last real set of swing points, it made a 0.32 retracement yesterday,
right.
Just hanging out there.
Right.
So it's not backing off either.
No, right. I love what it's doing today.
Bless you.
Oh, excuse me, folks. Because what happens here is that we're at 7,700 contracts, and it's just moving sideways.
Yeah.
And see, my problem has been is that they're moving up with 16,000. I want to see like 25,000 contracts on the way up.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
However, it did work out for you too to see it pull back here on light volume just to set up the next leg. So I suspect coming into a Friday, bless you again, maybe we'll see. No, they're coming into a full moon. So coming into a full moon on Sunday.
Oh, man. So it's beautiful. It's you're looking at the ocean down there. I mean, it is absolutely so beautiful. Where we live in paradise anyway, folks. But wow, excuse me. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
What does happen at this time of the year is that the change of just even 10 degrees does something different to the water and everything. How it looks, doesn't it?
Yes.
It really does. Yeah. And we get the World Championship boat races this weekend.
Yeah.
That's going to be dynamite.
Well, we got those races. Then we got the stock market races on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Less than 48 hours
at
from now.
Nadex. That's right. If you do happen to be in the Florida area, folks, come over to our website at TFNN. Saturday morning, 8:30 to noon. Darryl Mott and myself are going to be doing a workshop sponsored by Nadex. And
now the cool thing I was talking about with folks during the 9 o'clock show here was, you know, and I suggested that if they are interested in NADEX, even if they can't attend the show because they're out of state, go back and listen to our 10 o'clock archive from Friday. Pick up from the 10:30 where I know live we were trading it and we put on the trade out here. Now, one of the other things that I suggested during that trade was that if you were just simply new and you wanted to test it, that the best opportunity for you was still
Sunday night.
Gold was Sunday night.
I remember that so well.
Sunday night, you know, it's going to set up a trade. You want to take a look at the longer-term trade because on Friday we were just taking a look at, you know, the market closing at 2 in the afternoon and, you know, just put on a very short-term trade out there. But I said, go test it out. Go put on the NADEX trade. It's a longer-term trade.
I know.
You know, and what it did yesterday was completed a nice A to B equals CD down. You know, an
let me tell
expansion.
you,
It was
Sunday
really,
night. I remember it so well. I says, "Look at this trade, man! It's
Yeah.
absolutely unbelievable."
Yeah.
You know,
so it worked out, and you know, folks should really check out the platform, and if they're in the Tampa area, absolutely come down here.
Yeah, growling and prowling out here with all the tigers and tigresses.
Yes,
it's a beautiful thing.
Yes.
Hey, I think the claws are getting your horns here.
Oh, the claws are.
I think the claws are getting your horns, man.
The claws are, you know. Still enough tread.
Let's go to John in Philly. Hey, John, what's going on, brother?
Tommy.
How you doing, man?
Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
So how's beautiful Philadelphia today? You get your steak sandwich yet?
It's, yeah, had one yesterday. Got to have 2 a week.
That's a beautiful thing.
That's my quota.
Well, you know, it's funny. Tommy went to Villanova, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm familiar with the steak places big time because we'll go down there. Of course, I was in the sub business anyway, so I always had to go there.
Yeah.
And I guess where Pat's is, what is it? Is that his cousin that opened across the street? But there's a deal
Is that one of the better?
Oh yeah,
Pats.
I mean, these guys make so much money.
Yeah.
Okay, it's just continually busy, and they do this steak, and then they what do they get the
Cheese whiz, Tommy, cheese whiz.
Yeah, cheese whiz.
Cheese. That's a secret.
Look,
now you got to see this.
I'm not kidding.
I don't think I've really ever had. I've never had a Philly cheesesteak sandwich in my life.
No. Tommy, let me explain. In South Philly.
Yeah.
Just south of Washington, which is an east-west street, is a diagonal called Passyunk.
Okay.
And Pat's Cheesesteak is on one corner.
Right.
Kitty corner to that is Gino's.
That's right. That's what I was talking about. Exactly.
They're direct competitors.
Right.
Corner to corner. And you can never go there and not see fewer than 30 people waiting in line.
It's unbelievable.
No kidding.
And you should see how, folks, you should see how small these places are, and they got picnic tables outside. Because every time I go visit Tommy, we'll go down there.
Yeah.
And these places go all night long, though, right? Because the kids are down there. I mean, it's
so Philly steak. I mean, I've seen it being made. But so what kind of meat is it that they're actually starting off with? What is it?
It's good meat. It's good meat. They take. I used to do it when I had the sub shop.
Okay.
So they get these long pieces of meat, about 16 inches long, about 12 inches wide, right?
Okay.
And it's shaved steak, so you shave the steak.
Okay.
You know, but you only hit. The key is that you just hit the grill just for a few seconds.
Yeah.
And then what they do, which they've made a classic out of, is they put that Velveeta and they melt it or something. But you know, it's
and they get onions and peppers with it or whatever it is that
you can have that, but I think the classic is just they just put that on.
Steak
right, John?
and cheese.
Yeah, steak and that's it. You
just
know?
Good for your arteries.
Oh, big time. Oh no, they got the emergency room right next to it, man.
I'm pleased to hear you've got a fallback career in case something goes wrong. Got the cheesesteaks. Tommy, let me ask you this.
Hey, listen, I made better cheesesteaks than that. I know how to make a cheese. I would take, so picture this, and for different people, it was different deals. Because what happens with, I would use real cheese versus, but what happens is that when you put it on the grill, and I still do this to this day, when it's about halfway done, the steam is coming up, right? Okay. And that's when you have to hit it with the cheese.
Yeah.
Now, what happens is that it's just like a good pizza. If you take a provolone cheese with a cheddar cheese and you mix it, right? Or a whole different ball game. And so it changes into a different ball game.
Tommy, you're exactly right. Tommy, let me ask you this. I wanted to ask you to pull up JNK.
JNK. So this is the Barclays High Yield Capital ETF. High Yield Capital. Okay, so
The junk bond ETF. What is the daily and the weekly? They tell you anything? That's my question.
Let's take a look. So we put this baby on a daily. It looks like it's done. It's been on a good run. And the weekly's the same way. Yeah. No, I mean, this thing wants to get down to $33. You get, I mean, you've hit these highs. You get volume off the highs 2 different times. Does this pay a big dividend or something? What's that? Let me just...
Of course, being a bond ETF, yes, there's an embedded yield. Of course, it's not like owning junk bonds outright.
Yeah. So it's an expense ratio of 0.4%. Yeah, I just don't... I mean, it looks to me that this thing wants to go lower. And I can tell you...
I'm looking at it as a prospective short.
Yeah, no, that would be right. Yeah, that would be right. I can tell you this. This is how much the credit markets, folks, have loosened up. Up in Canada, there's a few smaller mining stocks, and one in particular, I'm not going to bring it up right now, but and it's not that it's not in the gold report or anything, but I'm watching it because it's a small gold mining stock, and it looks like they're going to be able to raise $100 million this week. And let me tell you, if they can raise $100 million, TFNN can raise $1 billion. I'm not kidding. I saw this come across the tape, and I was looking at it. I said, "This is absolutely amazing." But that would be an indication of just how much money is out there again.
Sure.
Chasing deals, which is dangerous, by the way, folks. That's really dangerous. Okay.
Tommy, thanks for your review.
Cooking, brother.
See ya.
Have a great one. Have a safe one. Yeah, isn't that a trip, man?
Yeah.
100 million. And what happens, folks, is this: is that they got a good story. There's no doubt about that, and that's what you need to basically go out there and do it. But that's a lot of bread, man. You know, where if we went back, maybe a year and a half ago,
they wouldn't have been able to do that.
There was but it's
we know there's a lot of dollars out there. I mean, just take a look at at the report that you did. It's the folks can get on the website, the white paper, the Florida bull market, real estate, and it's a lot of data out there. So there is a lot of cash sitting on the side.
No, there is.
And once that velocity does start,
big time. And let's talk about home sales, because this morning, folks, you had home sales unexpectedly drop 2.6%. So America's side, fewer contracts than forecast to purchase previously owned homes in August, showing that recovery in the housing market will be uneven. The index of pending home sales dropped 2.6% after revised 2.6% gain in July. And that's what you can expect, folks. This is not going to be a straight one way up. There's no two ways about it. It reminds me of, which I just said to Steve, of just like the gold market at 282. You went 282, you get up to 325, you go back to 320, you go up to 350, you go. The good news for what we're doing is that I don't want everyone to believe it right now.
Well, that's what we're talking about. You really have people on both sides of the fence, but the big money says that number one, people are taking a look at this as a long-term trade or investment, meaning 5 years.
Yeah, well, and it's the same trade as, it's amazing, it's the same trade as the gold trade, except you have the leverage and you're buying something much less expensive and going topside with it. And you're getting cash flow out of it. So it is pretty wild. Listen, folks, come over to our website at TFNN. Steve just wrote a great paper, Candlestick, Silent Signals.
And you get a Philly cheesesteak with it.
I love it, man. Steve Rhodes,
what type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Smith Barney. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportion of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley Smith Barney believes that a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Smith Barney financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Certified Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Smith Barney, LLC. Member SIPC.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Terrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You've always taken the long view when it comes to investing, but what if there's an opportunity right under your nose? What if you could be more responsive to market trends to seek to boost your portfolio performance right now while seeking to reduce your overall risk? At Direction Funds, we connect investors with alternative strategies that seek to maximize their returns. Smart investors deserve smart alternatives. Find yours at directionfunds.com. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risk charges, and expenses of Direction Funds carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Funds. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact the Direction Funds at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. Investing in index funds may be more volatile than investing in broadly diversified funds. Distributed by Rafferty Capital Markets, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
80% of traders fail because they don't know when to get in or out of a market, and all because no one taught them how to read the signs. You see, the stock market has a universal language called Japanese candlesticks, and each day, the buyers and sellers, the bulls and bears, go to work and build signs. This language has been around for thousands of years, and it's easy to learn. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Masters Show, and I'm a master sign builder. Download my free report, Candlesticks, The Speed of Trust, on the homepage of TFNN.com for one of the best-kept candlestick secrets. I'll also be conducting an online course Friday, October 19th, to teach you the language of the market's sign builders. You'll learn the best entry and exit techniques and strategies that will create extraordinary rewards. The course will be archived so you can review it as many times as you like, because trading or investing without learning this language is like running a red light. It's an accident waiting to happen, and there's no airbags or seatbelts. All the details are on the homepage of TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate all you tigers and tigresses growling a problem with us. Right now, you get the Dow up 16, Nasdaq's up 11, S&Ps are up 4.5. And, Apple can't get out of its way. We're at 666 right now. So this 644 level is going to be interesting to see how it gets hit.
Yeah. Really important, how that area holds, whether it holds. You got the hammer has been tested this morning. So you got Steve's hammer from September 12th.
Oh, cool.
As finally tested.
Okay.
And as I told folks, I said, you close below that, and that is that's the low on September 12th, which is 656. And I know there's another level down. Okay,
yeah, no, I'm with you. Right.
Close below that, and it says if you are long Apple, you are wrong Apple. From a trading standpoint. It says, you got 637, you got the 590 level, and I know you're looking for it to get right back inside there April 10th, that 644.
It's going to test it. We'll see whether it has any juice on the way down,
But, yesterday the test was a little bit light. You did 20 million coming into that 25, and we'll see what it does today.
Oh, hey.
But it has at least tested the low.
Check this out, too. So I had brought this up in the afternoon show, but so what happens, folks, is that we get all these demographics, and we get to understand how people are listening to us, whether it's on Tiger TV or on the audios.
Yes.
And, if we go back, even any time between let's say 2 or 3 years ago,
Yeah.
the biggest deal was always BlackBerries, okay?
Yeah.
And, you know, we had brought up before that BlackBerries was going down the tubes very quickly.
Yes.
Well, BlackBerries don't even show up anymore. Don't even show up on the top 10.
Yeah.
That phone does not even show up.
Well, when do you very rarely do you see anybody with a BlackBerry?
No,
these days.
it doesn't even show up.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what had happened is that when BlackBerry was going down the tubes, the Android devices, kind of when they first came out, went to the top,
Okay.
and then Apple was second.
Yes.
Now I hadn't checked it for a while. The mobile application one, anyway. Like I hadn't checked it about 2 or 3 months actually.
Yeah.
But what has happened is that the iPhone is number 1 by a dramatic amount.
Okay. Cool.
The iPad is number 2. And then you start getting what happens is this, if we added up all the Android devices, what happens, folks, is that they give you specific phones, okay? They give you the Samsung phone, the HTC phone.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. You know, and then, you know, so it really is, because it's like, I'm going to really keep a gauge on it. As to, because you can kind of...
Well, it even changes kind of your thought process and focus, because originally when we were getting everything set to work on those phones, and trying to even get Tiger TV to work on them, it wasn't as if you just had one application that you were building for it.
That's
you had to have multiple applications.
Exactly.
You know, and so now, you know, so it helps you to also be able to service your customers.
No, it does. It does. Because when you're actually going on Tiger TV, folks, what happens is that you don't have to press another button, but the servers that we have know what you're on and will direct you to the server for that one, which is, you know, and that is one of the main reasons that BlackBerry went down the tubes, because picture what ended up happening. When we were building this, what happens is that on the Android device, you only had to build 1. On the Apple device, we did have to build 2 or 3.
Yes.
You had separate ones and then put so many servers on them. On the BlackBerry device, right, there were something like 56 different ones that we'd have to build. It's like I said, you guys forget it, man. It will break me.
Exactly.
But you picture that would happen on anyone and everyone that was trying to push anything out.
Yeah.
That's how many stupid other devices they had.
Yes,
you know, I guess different systems inside that if you build in to connect to, that's their larger problem, which is pretty wild.
Yeah,
man.
Absolutely.
Let's go to Dave in Denver. Hey, Dave, what's going on?
Yeah, hello, good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for calling, man.
Thank you guys for your radio station, okay?
Oh, we appreciate it. We appreciate you growling and prowling out here with us. So you watching Tiger TV?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, how long have you been watching?
Oh, probably a year and a half.
Oh, cool, man.
Oh, that's great.
It's a beautiful thing.
How's fall out there in Denver?
Well, it was raining this morning. It looks like the sun's coming up, so maybe it'll warm up to about 65 today or something.
Oh, that's great.
Cool weather.
Yeah, you guys are so healthy in Denver, man.
Leaves are starting to turn.
Yeah? Cool.
So
what are we going to look at?
I'd like to look at UCO in relationship to the USO. I had bought in a couple days ago, and then I bought some more yesterday. So I had an average of about 30-40 on the UCO. And so, well, the other way around. 30-40.
Yeah, no, that'd be right. Yeah,
and then I put a stop around 29.33, so I got stopped out by 2 cents yesterday.
Okay.
So, anyway, I just wanted to see. I actually thought it was going to start moving up 2 days ago. And so I'd like to see where it's going now.
Well, do you want the bull or the bear here?
Well, I took the bull part, I suppose. That's what I'm thinking.
Well, you stay right there. Steve's going to be right with you. It's Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We get Dave from Denver. We want to listen to you, and we want to hear from you, folks. We head to Dow Industrials right now, up 16. Nasdaq's up 13. S&Ps are up 4.5. We have gold up $15. Oil is up $1.23. We're going to be right back, folks.
You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've seen him on Tiger TV, as well as being featured as a regular CNBC guest and contributor, and now you can have access to his expert trading advice each morning through his daily trading newsletter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading stocks, options, and indices every market day. Market Insights comes out each market day before 9:30 a.m. and provides provides traders with Tom's daily commentary, opinion, and specific trade recommendations on the markets. Using advanced Fibonacci methods, volume indicators, Gartley patterns, candlestick charting, gaps, and market timing, Market Insights will give you specific trade recommendations including entry, stop, and exit prices. The summer is over and traders are back. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now. If you're a trader thirsty for knowledge, then we have the perfect event for you. Tom O'Brien will be hosting a live 4-hour dynamic trading strategies workshop on September 29th in the Tampa area. This one-of-a-kind workshop takes place from 8 a.m. till noon and is completely free. We'll even be giving away almost $2,000 in door prizes randomly drawn from those that attend live. Along with diagnostic trading expert Daryl Martin, Tom O'Brien will teach you how to identify and set up your trades using dynamic trading strategies, and Daryl Martin will teach you his diagnostic trading formula, including the strategy, system, and style that gives you an edge in this market. For more information and to reserve your spot today for the September 29th free Dynamic Trading Strategies Workshop in Tampa, please visit the front page of TFNN.com. Don't wait to act as space is limited. Sign up today. In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. We get our man Dave from Denver, and we're going to be talking oil out here, folks.
So, Dave, let me ask you a question. So you're back in the UCO trade, is that correct?
Well, I still have a few shares of it and at a higher price.
Okay.
But yesterday I had it at a lower price, around 38 on my average.
Mm-hmm.
I'd put a stop at 33, and then it went down midday and stopped me out by 2 cents.
Right. Okay, so...
then it went up, and then I didn't know what to do, and I just knew in my own heart it was going to gap up today.
This is a perfect advertising for Nadex. No.
Yeah. Well, now, you can't pay attention to any of the gaps that are on this chart here. So whether you're trading the UCO or the SCO, the gaps absolutely have no meaning. And the reason that they have no meaning is because the underlying instrument that you're trading, is the oil contract. So don't be using gaps or anything like that as areas where you're taking a look at. For example, you might have taken a look at just this chart, and you could be taking a look at the gap up on August 3rd, and the low of that was 30.19, and then try and set your stop based on that. and that gap didn't really have any meaning, you'd really have to take a look at the actual underlying instrument.
I was looking at the USO.
Okay.
And the same thing, right on that gap. And I correlated it to the other,
It's the same
really,
thing.
It's exactly the same thing. You've got to, what you really want to do is you want to pay attention to the oil contract. And if you don't have that feed, then in fact go over to the Nadex platform, sign up for an account. You put $100 down there, and you're going to have
you get the feed.
You're going to have the feed basically, which is what you would need in order to really play the UCO, the SCO, whichever it is that you want to go ahead and play out there.
I do have a fun account over there.
You can have a fun account, yeah, exactly.
I have that. So what instrument would you look at? I always look at the $WTIC.
That's West.
That'd be okay.
That would work.
Be okay. Yeah, that's exactly what you want to look at.
But it doesn't show the updated volume till the next day.
Okay. Well, then if you're going to trade if you're going to trade both of those vehicles, you just got to figure out where you're going to get the volume, where you're going to get the real quote on the future. That's what you want. Because that's what you need.
What would you be watching for the future contract? What's the symbol on that?
CLX2. You got to remember, with oil changes every month. Right now we're on the X contract.
So your big problem is that oil's got some big spikes down, some big days down to the downside with volume. So it actually it's really suggesting that it wants lower price. What it did yesterday, if you just simply go from the retracement low, from which was the June 28th level, when you had oil at 77.28 all the way up to the high on September the 14th. What it did yesterday is it pulled back even underneath the 0.382 level. And it's an important area here because I think, if it busts yesterday's low, it's clearly going to go to 86, most likely $82. On the way down. So you got to be careful here. Here's what I would suggest: I wouldn't hold this trade coming in over the weekend.
Okay.
If you've got a little bit of profit in it, I would say I'd take the profit and then come back in and trade it again. Monday through Friday.
Okay.
Now, one of the things that will help you on your stop a little bit is, if you haven't tried it, is go to the homepage of, or send me an email. I'm not sure if it's up there, but I have something called the position size calculator. What it will help you to do, especially on those ETFs, and I'll put it up here on the screen for Tiger TV, is allow you to go ahead and put in the symbol, and you put it in the insert symbol box, hit search, and what it's going to automatically do is pull up the average true range. And what that will help you to, when you enter a trade, will also help you to kind of benchmark where your stops are at. Because if you had entered a trade and your stop was less than $1.48, you could have been stopped out of the trade, been right, but just simply because of the average normal volatility, you would have had too tight of a stop. So you want to consider using that. If you send me an email, steve@tfn.com, because it's not right now in the carousel, we'll get you to a link on that you could test that for 30 days.
Okay.
Okay, man.
All right, thank you.
Have a great one. Have a safe one.
You bet.
They get, it never ends pay to play. Okay, so check this out, particularly coming from Massachusetts, folks. I'm telling you. The whole country is corrupt, but let me tell you, between soft money and pay to play.
Yeah.
So the SEC, this just come across the tapes. The SEC is charging Goldman Sachs. Who else do they got? They're involving the former state treasurer of Massachusetts. And they got another, and what this is going to be about. Now, check this out, folks. Okay, they're going to end up getting in the suit here. Okay.
Yeah.
Although this is such a joke, this is unbelievable. Okay, so now the SEC is coming across saying they're going to fine them $3.7 million penalty. The bottom line, what happens with all these states and these treasurers, right? They're all in bed together, folks, okay? They get paid off, hand over fist. That's right, Cahill. Yeah, Timothy Cahill. For hundreds of billions of dollars.
Yeah.
So, really? You're going to fine them $3.7 million? That's just part of the overhead. I mean, it's absolutely insane. I mean, it's just non-stop. I mean, when is this going to stop, man?
Yeah.
It's disgusting. It really is. It just blows my mind. It never stops. And the deal about being able to pay $7 million is a joke.
Yeah.
And there's always that deal that you're not guilty, and they've done a great job with the English language that you can Haven't they? I mean, you know, when we were growing up, do you remember, folks, that we always worried about the 1984 and the future speak? Well, the future speak came to being, but it really just came to being that you can be a crook and you can just pay a fine to the government, and you're okay.
That's right. Yeah.
So they twisted that whole thing.
Yeah. And when you take a look at that dollar amount versus what do they do in revenues, or how much cash do they have? You know, it's nothing.
And not only that, if this is about the pension fund, okay?
Yeah.
The pension fund in Massachusetts is billions and billions and billions of dollars. I mean, it's over the top. And this wasn't the first time. And I mean, it's just the way the business goes. I can tell you, I'll tell you a funny story. This is you're gonna love this story. Okay, this is, I'm going. I had just got out of the Marines, folks. I'm running around the streets of Boston, and what ended up happening is that I had set this up myself, meaning that, and I had used politics to set it up. So I used politics to set it up that I was going to get all the concessions down the beach.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And one of them in particular was the L Street Bathhouse, which was, you know, one of the best concessions. And it was my idea to get the concession down there, but I remember years ago. Bottom line, I get the bid in. I get the top bid.
Yes.
Guess what? The representative from Boston at that particular point, right?
Yes.
This is how corrupt Boston was at this point, okay? This is, I'm at the thing, okay, O'Brien, you won. I said, okay, dynamite, I won.
Yeah.
I go home, and all of a sudden, I get to my attorney's office, and we're signing documents. He gets a call. He says, they just broke the contract. He says, the representative's brother is going to have the contract, right? So they didn't know how crazy I was, number one. Right, and you know, I could care less about the bulges and the Flaherty's and that. I could care less about any of them. Okay, so what ends up happening? I says, "Oh, really?" Right? I run down his office. Right. Yeah. So so picture this. I'm 21 at the time. They think they're going to stop me.
Yes.
I run in the office. I take a dime. I says, "See this dime right here?" I says, "You know the Boston Globe?" I says, "You know what? This dime is going to win this phone."
Yes,
I said,
yes, I love it.
I am going to blow this whole story up, right? You're going to back down right now.
Yeah.
Right? He's looking at me like, you got to, who are you? What are you doing? I says, it's not going to happen. You're not going to put your brother in there.
Yeah.
I says, that's mine.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
And it was mine.
Oh, that's
He backed
great.
down.
I love it.
But let me tell you something. That was the beginning of a battle in South Boston for quite a while. But I won. Well, I didn't particularly win the battle. We both got pretty scarred, actually, at the end.
Yeah.
But
that's okay. It's by your conviction.
That's right. That's right. But I'm telling you, man, these politicians, folks. Okay, that's what drives me crazy about the Walmart deal down in Mexico.
Sure.
Because what happens with bribery, folks, is that it crushes huge amounts of business that are just starting. Okay, and there's plenty of folks that just didn't have the experience that I have, and all that was is that I was a brawler. So I could care less about, you know, I don't care who the person is. You know what I mean? My father taught me that we're as good as anyone else. So it was like, this is not going to happen.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
For sure.
And I know I can, you know, so, you know, that's what drives me. It drives me up a wall, man.
Yeah.
It absolutely does.
Yes. No, I know. Hey, Tomorrow, we haven't told everybody, but they're going to get a chance to see you on CNBC,
I'm on CNBC tomorrow morning, yes.
Okay.
And I don't know what time.
I don't know what time. Okay.
They come
somewhere between 6 and 9.
Yeah, somewhere. It'll be a trading block. Let me see if she's over.
Yeah. Okay, that's cool. So, but we'll know by 4 o'clock today, by your show, by your 4 o'clock show.
Yeah. So we'll tweet it out too.
Yeah. Okay,
right.
good.
Yeah. So, wow,
that'll be nice.
Yeah. No.
Hey. So speaking of dimes, okay.
Right.
And a pay telephone.
Yes.
Have you tried finding a pay telephone lately?
There's no such thing anymore, right?
Yeah. Literally, I was out the other day and I didn't have my cell phone with me, and I said, it's no problem. I'll go find a pay telephone. I couldn't find one. I drove blocks and blocks and blocks. You know, in areas where there should have been a pay telephone, shopping centers, all that type of stuff.
You know. Think about this.
They're no longer there.
You know what's funny about that? So check this out. This is how the telephone companies themselves were that far ahead. And they knew that they weren't going to be. Because do you remember, at first, folks, there was pay telephones everywhere, and it was a huge business, right?
Yeah,
But then do you remember that all of a sudden the phone companies ended up start selling, saying, "Hey, you can have your own pay telephone."
No, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
Okay, I
and
wasn't
when I saw that, I was saying to myself, "Wow, this is interesting. Why are they giving up all that type of deal?" Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they already knew it was coming. Isn't that funny?
Yeah.
So, because I mean, I'm sure you used to be able to buy territories, and I said, man, this is interesting that they're giving that away. I mean, they weren't giving it away; it was money. But I thought,
well, apparently not too many people took them up on it because.
Well, I think they did, but then there was no more business.
Oh, yeah, it's a dinosaur. It's extinct.
Oh my God, we don't need it.
So now at least people are going to be driving around. They're going to look to see if they see any pay telephones.
Yeah,
as you drive.
Well,
around
as you're looking at your telephone,
used to be booths right out there on the corner, gas stations and places like that,
everywhere.
right? And,
oh yeah, remember how many when you're a kid we started how many people you could fit in the telephone booth? 13, 15, right? Everyone jumps in the telephone booth.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I think an important chart, I mentioned this on the 9 o'clock show, is really paying attention to the NASDAQ futures here. Because the NASDAQ futures, what it did yesterday was it tested the Super Mario line.
Yes.
So, we really got two breakouts, if you will. You've got the FOMC, you got the QE3 session, that was September 13th. In the NASDAQ futures, it had already pulled back and taken away most of the gains from Super Mario Day on September 6th. You believe you were away on vacation that day or something like that. And but the NASDAQ futures actually tested that area. And I think it's an important, you got the Qs, you got the Russell 2000 as well, that's also showing weakness, but it's the Qs here that are really also testing that area. Now, it's also held, and the Qs here had this little, support resistance line that went all the way back to the March 28th swing point, which was 27.90 and a quarter. It's just slightly up over it right now, but I think this is the important. This is one of the important charts to be paying attention to. Yeah, well, what's wild is that what happens with the Qs too is this, and I'm going to give you the bullish part of this now, folks. Sadly, but since you're a bull. But what does happen, this always worries me with the Qs. Yeah. What can happen with the Qs is this, because it's so technology-oriented, those companies are dynamic. So, like an Apple, can back down a little, but you don't know which one's going to come up and pop its head up and boom, you know what I mean? That's what you got Google. Right now you got Google's popped its head up and, was taken over for, and they're up over their highs, way light volume. Monthly, weekly, the whole bit. But it's still up over them. Well, see, Oracle got hit. Now, Oracle's a big weighting. Okay, yeah. Okay, but that's a big weighting. This is a sleeper, inside the NDX 100. Now, if that was only a pullback and it wants to go again, well, that... You had some volume off the top there? No, it did, but you understand, because of what happens with the NASDAQ 100, folks, it's a modified weighting. And so what happens is that there's a few of these stocks. Oracle's one of them. Starbucks is another one. GILD's another one that can come out of nowhere, And if those go up 3 or 4 points, boom, that index is going, man. So it's and of course Microsoft is like 6 or 7% of it. MSFT. Yeah. Now the news out there today is they may not have followed whatever the deal was that they approved with the government. And the U.S. The U.S. In the U.S., huh? Yeah. There should be some story out there. They just want more money. That's exactly what they want. Yeah. They want more money. Give me the money, honey. It's too bad there wasn't just one switch that we could just change all the politicians. Just change them. One switch. Well, there is that switch. It's called every time there's an election, put somebody else in. Well, it's called term limits. Yeah, that's the simplest solution. I absolutely agree. There's no doubt about that. Yeah, because that would definitely stop the amount of bribery that's out there. Yeah, no one would be in there long enough to basically get bribed. What a great opportunity, great honor to be able to go serve your country, your district, your state, whatever it is that you're doing. Okay? Exactly, that's right. Exactly. Nothing better. I mean, that's the beauty about what you've created here and the opportunity that you provide for all of us, whether it's people in the den that are helping each other, whether it's us that are helping listeners. I mean, and term limits would solve all of those problems. It absolutely would. That's what we need to be voting for. Period. Term limits. Okay, we can start that. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien, you stay right there, folks. Don't forget, folks, come over to our website at TFNN, right under breaking news, candlestick, silent signals, the speed of trust. Check it out. We're going to be right back.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to tfnn.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to tfnn.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Time is the great equalizer of all mankind. Time doesn't care about winners or losers, who succeeds or fails. Time only cares that you played the game. Question: are you playing the money game? Is your money working as hard for you as you are for it? I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, a daily trading and investment newsletter service, and we're celebrating our 1-year anniversary. In year 1, we generated a 30% profit. Plus, I provided 26 hours of live coaching to my clients. My daily newsletter service is available by 8 a.m. each day and covers the stock, futures, currency, and commodity markets, along with all the current patterns that you can trade. Each newsletter is packed with education, and it's yours for as little as $3 per day. And for the next 30 days, you can try it risk-free. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage of tfnn.com and begin your journey to great wealth today. If you're waiting for a better tomorrow, remember this: today's tomorrow will soon be yesterday, and your clock is ticking. Mastering Probability. Now is your time.
Catch Kate Stalter on the Small Cap Roundup, Tuesdays and Thursdays, 11 a.m. Eastern. Up next on TFNN.
Yeah. Welcome back, folks. Steve Rhodes, Tom O'Brien. Appreciate all you tigers and tigresses growling and prowling out here with us. Right now, you got the Dow up 24, Nasdaq up 17, S&Ps are up 5.5. And let's take a look. This market's holding for you.
Well, you got Apple and Google. Both of those, big dollar-wise, the two biggest dollar-wise stocks up there, $6 each.
$6, look at that. And now you got, I think what Apple's going to do, it looks like 7 million. She just may reject that price there at 656 with light of volume. It's going to be close.
Yeah.
So if we do this on a weekly for a second, let's see what we got. So on a weekly, it's going to work. So what you have on a weekly is this, folks. that swing point that it went into is 103 million. Oh, interesting. No, it's going to be close, man, because we get 2 days.
Yeah,
so we're at 69 million right now. So let's see, 69.
Well, on the weekly, what it would have to do is have to be pushed in with volume, probably. But
let's see. I got to do this on a daily basis. 1 second. Here we go. Okay, so 69. Yeah, it's gonna. It doesn't. It looks like it was going to be a rejection of price even on the weekly with the lighter volume.
So no, one of the things you were doing yesterday, maybe you could do it again here because I think it is important. You were looking at the small caps. You were looking at the IWM, and just like you had conviction that nobody was going to take a contract away from you.
Right.
Okay. You had the same kind of conviction in your yesterday afternoon. Right. Yep. So maybe it'd be good, for those folks that didn't catch it, just for you to go review that.
So check this out, folks. I'll do the IWM. This is intense. And we'll put it on a 10-year, and what you're going to see is this, okay? This is just so cool because it blows my mind that it even got to this point. Your first high out here was $86 and $85.74 had 2.1 billion. That's 2007. Okay, market crashes, of course. Okay, well, watch this. So the number you got to remember is 2.1. I think the number beside it is 3 billion. Okay, it's 3 billion.
Yeah.
Then it tested it.
And so what you're doing is you're really using the downdraft number.
No. I'm going to use the top one.
You are going to use it. Okay.
I'll use the 2.1. I can use that one. It doesn't matter. 2.1. So the correlation is 2.1. 85.74 was the high.
Yeah.
Okay. We went back. We got all the way back up there to 86.61.
Yeah.
Which was in May of last year.
Yeah.
With 1.3.
Yeah.
Can't hold it.
Way light on volume.
Way light on volume.
You're talking about 30% lighter, at least, something
That's
like
right.
that. 30,
Market gets croaked again, right?
Yes.
Goes from $86, this goes down to 60. Well, guess what? We just went to 86.96.
Yeah.
Taking it out, closing. All it has to do is close under the
85.71.
That's right. 85. Yeah, 85.
Better if it got it.
No, take the smaller one. Take 85.71.
Yeah.
Right now, folks, you're only going to do 800 million.
Yeah.
So your correlation is 800 million, 1.3, 2.1.
Yeah.
It's done.
Yeah.
It's amazing, actually. Well, in watch this with the other time of the trade, you want the harmony on both sides, and we have it. You have no volume at the highs, and guess what? Last time went down in August, monster, 2.3 billion. You get to the 2.8 billion down in.
And you'd have to say that's a pretty important triple test.
Well, it's all, high. If you could go into a triple top too.
Yeah.
No, you could.
So
you could. It's all there. It's all now. What also is there, and that's why we went back into the small caps. Is that if we remember when we had the Go Long America tour, right?
Yes.
The small caps, folks. Every which way they lined up. They lined up with the weekly butterfly. Sure. They lined up with the daily Gartley.
We had everything.
And it was both a tiger butterfly, a tiger Gartley, which is so hard to do. It's insane because you have to get over swing points. You have to have lighter volume. You have to do the price expansion.
Yeah.
I mean, there's so many different things that you have to do.
Yeah.
And it did it.
Now you got a real important monthly test coming.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's good.
You stay right there, folks. We get Kate Stalter coming up next. Larry Pesavento, Darryl Martin, David White, Ken Shrieven back here with myself, 4 to 6.
Have a great day, folks.
Have a great one. Have a safe one.